Here of Vibrant Vocal Power. So you made those wonderful New Year's resolutions, and I shared with you at the beginning of the year some ways to keep them going. But of course, time has passed, and maybe that enthusiasm has passed with it. So I thought it might be a good idea to talk about how to revive those New Year's resolutions and get them to help you thrive throughout the year. And to help me, and as my inspiration, is this article that was in the local paper of the Detroit Free Press this weekend. And the title is How to Keep Your Resolutions Through the Whole Year. And I thought it might be helpful to share with you their suggestions, especially as they apply to your personal life and to your business life, because you want to be able to continue to grow and expand in both areas. So here's number one. The first suggestion, write them down so you don't forget them. So if you didn't write down your resolutions and maybe you forgot them, this is a good opportunity to reassess and say, what do I really want to accomplish this year? And if you wrote them down and look at them and say, that one doesn't resonate for me anymore, then take it off the list and maybe something else popped into your mind that you really want to achieve. So that's the number one suggestion. Now, number two, they said, be realistic. So if you've just started piano lessons, don't figure by the end of the year you're going to be playing a concert at Carnegie Hall. Keep somewhat realistic. You should stretch a little. As Robert Browning said in his poem, Pippa Passes, a man's reach must exceed his grasp, or what's a heaven for? So have your reach exceed your grasp, not so far beyond it that it discourages you from even starting. So number three is break them down. So you have an idea and a task and a project, and if you look at it as an entirety, it's probably pretty hard to swallow. That's that old line, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So any project or idea or resolution, something you really want to accomplish, break it down into bite-sized pieces that are not too discouraging to get you started and keep you going. The fourth thing they said is set a time frame. Aha. There is nothing like a deadline to keep us honest and getting going, especially if we tend to procrastinate on stuff. So setting a deadline for certain things that you want to accomplish is very helpful. And the last thing that they suggest, which I think is really wonderful, and we don't do it very often, it says reward yourself every little step of the way, not just at the end of some big major something, whatever, but every little tiny little piece of something that you do, especially if it's something that's pushing you outside of your comfort zone. Acknowledge yourself. You don't have to buy yourself a gift or something, but take some time to say, that was not something I wanted to do, or I had to push myself to do it. It was hard for me to do it. I had to go outside my comfort zone to do it. Acknowledge yourself. Too often we are very critical of ourselves. We beat ourselves up for every little thing and forget to acknowledge. And by the way, I want to add a suggestion. When you accomplish something, keep a book of those accomplishments. In the video that I had shared with you before about do your New Year's resolutions serve you, I suggested keeping a book of gratitude, of being grateful for all the good things that happen. Why don't you add in there, if you're doing that, or start doing it, an acknowledgement of the things that you accomplish. I'm grateful that I was able to do this today. I'm grateful that I made that call. I'm grateful that I tried out a new opportunity that was a little scary for me. I'm grateful that I went to that networking event, even though I was a little hesitant and felt shy while I was there. All of those things, every area where you grow is an opportunity to acknowledge yourself. And even if it's not a success in your eyes, acknowledge yourself for trying. I'm proud of myself that I tried to do that. I didn't do it as well as I'd hoped, and I know I figured out how I can do it better the next time. I'm proud of myself for trying and figuring out how to fail forward in the right direction. And by the way, if one of the areas where you're keeping yourself kind of small because you're afraid of reaching out and speaking and doing and connecting with people, I invite you to download my free ebook, Overcome Your Public Speaking Fears, 10 Powerful Pathways to Overcome Your Public Speaking Fears, even if you've struggled with them for years. And when I talk about public speaking, I don't just mean giving speeches. As far as I'm concerned, public speaking is anytime you talk to somebody other than yourself. It's not simply on the stage, it's online, it's making Facebook Live videos, it's talking to people on the phone, it's going to networking events, it's chatting with people in between, on breaks in between meetings and at meals. All of those things are public speaking. So if there are any of those areas where you feel a little shy and not as comfortable as you'd like to, I invite you to go to this URL, overcomeyourspeakingfears.com. That's overcomeyourspeakingfears.com, and check out that ebook. And in the meanwhile, while you're watching this video, I'd love to hear if you have some thoughts about your New Year's resolutions and any of the ideas that I borrowed from the Detroit Free Press to share with you today. Wishing you a very happy, healthy, prosperous year full of lots of stretches and growth as you work your way through the year. Marjorie Saulson of Vibrant Vocal Power. Don't forget to go to my website to get that free report, overcomeyourspeakingfears.com. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.